Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Comic Shop Adventure, my weekly trip where I venture out of the homestead here at Athletic Geek HQ in search of a bounty of comics, collectibles, graphic novels, action figures, or whatever the week may bring. But as per usual, going to start with what stood out from the bounty from last week, and honestly, it was a very average week, unfortunately. I did like the Justice League issue where it kind of was telling things from the perspective of the Legion of Doom and the villain's perspective. That was really well done. The Green Lanterns issue was pretty good, and Deadpool's really hilarious. That was probably that'd have to be my pick of the week. We're kind of here on the saga of disappointment from the Batman 50 still kind of lingering. As intrigued as I was with 51, the direction they're going, I'm not going to say it was bad, but I'm less intrigued after reading 52. I don't know. There's still time. I'm going to at least try not to be a pessimist with the rest of King's run on the Batman solo title, but unless something really changes, my opinion, run's going to be known as something that was really good that didn't deliver on something that we felt promised, that we kind of felt as fans bait and switched on, and despite hope, didn't really write anything very good after that. But you never know. I could be, beating after this whole story arc plays out, and then they enter another one. I could be eating, a nice big batch of crow and admit to being wrong, and I will happily admit that I'm wrong. But unfortunately, that's sometimes what stood out isn't always a positive thing, and the two times that what stood out was a negative thing has been from Tom King's Batman. But that is it for now. I will see you guys when I get back to the homestead with my bounty from this week. Hey everyone, I am back here at the homestead at Athletic Geek HQ. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, including one very, very big item, but we're going to save that one for last. Let's get into the pull list. We got Daredevil number 606 to start off with. Said in weeks past, to say it again, I love the character Daredevil. However, I feel like I'm kind of going through the motions when I read this book, and the last story I kind of ended in a way where I'm like, that's interesting, but really right now, it's still got a lot to live up to, but it's not bad. It's still a good book, and I enjoyed the character Daredevil enough to want to keep reading it, so Daredevil 606, and then speaking of Daredevil, nice little segue there. Got Old Man Logan, number 45, and I say speaking of Daredevil, the Bullseye story arc with Wolverine is continuing, and yeah, you've heard me sing the praises of how I feel this book has turned around in the last few months, and yeah, I still enjoy this book a lot, and yeah, it's really looking forward, and I'm really hoping it keeps the momentum going. That completes the Marvel set of things to where we go to Batman Detective Comics number 986, and this is slowly becoming a book where I go through the motions. It's just not as good as it once was under the previous creative team, but I love Batman. I'll take all the Batman I can get. So, Detective Comics 986. We go from there to The Flash, number 52. The Flash War is over, so now we got a new story arc beginning, and he's teaming with Captain Cold. So we'll see what forges their alliance as this new story arc begins. But Flash is a great book. Love The Flash. Love the what they've been doing with The Flash here. So we'll just continue to see if they can keep this book as great as it is. And now we go to the final issue, I believe it'll be the final issue, of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. It's stopping at number 50, and then it's just all going to be told in the Green Lanterns book. I'm sad to see this book go, because I thought it was a really great book, but for whatever reason, I'm not sure if it's sales, or if they just want to tell a different story, or what's going on, but they're going to end this book. I'm disappointed that, I'm losing. It'll be going down to one Green Lantern title. But at the same time, as long as the Green Lanterns book is still as high quality as it can be, I really got nothing to complain about. But Green Lanterns number 50, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 50, Green Lanterns, is where I can get my Hal Jordan and all the lanterns at from now on. So. And we go to Hawkman number 3. Really, really liked this book a lot. And I was not really that big of a Hawkman fan before this book. But Robert Venditti is a tremendous writer. And I checked out number 1 because I'd heard it was a good book. And then I'm a fan of just his writing. And love Brian Hitch and Brian Hitch's art. And, just... a great story is a story where you can take a character that I previously did not care too much about and make me care. So that speaks volumes about how well this title's been written so far. We're only on issue 3, but I'm buying a Hawkman book. So enough said. Then this is a couple weeks late. It was not able to secure one on a previous adventure, but 2 weeks later I finally get to check out Brian Michael Bendis on Action Comics number 1001. We're going to see just what kind of... We're just going to see what happens, Bendis has taken over both the main Superman books, and, in his Man of Steel series, I said, it was up and down, hit and miss. He has some things I like, some things I don't like. We'll see how his run on Action is, and from this older by I mean a couple weeks, we go to Superman number 2 by Brian Michael Bendis, and Superman's caught in the Phantom Zone. So, I enjoyed issue 1. Like I said, it's all uncertainty with this because it's so hit and miss. It's been so... I like how Bendis wrote this with Superman, but I didn't like how he wrote this. And I enjoy... He's got Superman's voice, but I don't really think he's got the other characters' voices down. And, it's still, in my opinion, even with a whole, miniseries under his belt, still too early to make a judgment on Bendis at DC and Bendis writing Superman. So far, buying 2 books, so... my opinion, for what it's worth, it's not too bad, but on the flip side of things, it could start off with a bang and end with a whimper, and kind of just fade away. But I'm still reading, I'm still optimistic, and I still picked it up. And then finally you have Titans number 24, The Monster from the Madness, and this book has kind of faltered a little bit in recent months. Not that it's terrible, it's just kind of wasn't... It's lost a little bit of its momentum, but I still really enjoy it. I still kind of like the whole story with the Titans where they're, it really appeals to me, having kind of these original Titans group and then more as adults now instead of just a teenage group. But... we segue from this book into the holy grail of this week's pull. Or it's not even a pull, of just this week's bounty. The New Teen Titans number 1. Written by Marv Wolfman, art by George Perez. This is the beginning of the Teen Titans books as we all really know and love them. With the classic team, with Wally, Kid Flash... Dick Grayson still is Robin at this point. You got Beast Boy, you got Wonder Girl, Raven, Starfire. Oh, it's a beautiful book. beautiful copy I managed to secure this week. I love George Perez. I love Marv Wolfman. I love this old run. You know, I've read the trades. I've read old issues. But to finally have, you know, this among other Wolfman Perez milestones in my comic collection is just really, really cool. George Perez is without question my favorite comic artist of all time. And just look at that beautiful cover. I mean, I just want to show it off because it's just so awesome. Oh, you know, it's gonna look great up on my wall, and it's another first of some of my favorites that I finally have. I have the first appearance of Gambit, the first appearance of Rogue. I have the book where Dick becomes Nightwing. I have the first Nightwing. I have the first Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams Batman story together. I have the first Green Lantern, Green Arrow. This will be a welcomed new collector's item, a new holy grail for my collection. So that's just so cool, and I feel like the whole adventure was just just building for this. This is something. Maybe no real insight on anything this week. I just really wanted to use this adventure to brag about this book and finally being able to have it. But enough about that. I want to hear what you guys picked up from the comic shop or your local comic shop in the comments section below. Whether you got what you got on your pull list, if you got some statues, figures, collectibles, or if gonna show it off again. If you got something as cool as this or an old classic book, let me know what you picked up. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend and like, share, and subscribe. Go check out the Facebook page for more content, not just from comic books, from all things geek culture, pro wrestling, anime, video games, and so much more. Facebook.com/AthleticGeek89. And again, check out some other videos for other content. But other than that, I'm out. Y'all be cool.